All right, college football playoff has come out once again, and F you basically, because I am not happy with the way that it has turned out to be for teams, such as I don't care that Georgia jumped over. That's fine. I mean, Georgia is Georgia. They're going to be a incredible team. Personally, I think Michigan, though, looks like the number one team. I can't be completely biased for my team, but ultimately, I just think that they are the better team. What's Washington got to do to get in? Because seriously, I don't understand. They beat a top 25 opponent, and yet it's a great conference win, and you're not going to put them in. I if I'm the committee, I'm knocking OSU out of the playoff right now because in order for you to get into the playoff, you're gonna have to knock off your rival come November 25th, which is us. And I don't see that happening right now. Looking at these games that I have listed right here of margin and victory between OSU and University of Michigan, it is proven that UM is the better of the two teams by these point totals, the percentage, win totals, and margins of victory. So let me go through these and explain why I think Michigan is better. So OSU versus Indiana. Now, yes, a win's a win, but they only win by 20 points, 23-3 win. OSU versus Purdue, they win 41-7. OSU versus Penn State, they won 20-12. OSU versus Rutgers, they won 35-16. OSU versus MSU, they won 38-3. See where I'm going with this? Michigan's point totals are higher every team that they've played so far. Um, MSU, they win by 35. They win by 19 against Rutgers. They win by 8 against Penn State. You know, it's the margin of victory is is weird and stuff. And they, they win, they win, they win. But at the ultimate time, the percentages are weird. So 157 plus 41 in total, that's 198 points with the win score plus the losing score. However, I took that number of the wins divided by the total of those two scores and get 79% as your win percentage type thing. Now, if you were to take 157 minus 41 and determine how many points that was, that's 116 points for OSU. Now, look at the University of Michigan side. They beat Rutgers 31-6. They beat Indiana 52-7. They beat MSU 49-0, shutout baby. And then they beat Purdue 41-13, which is crazy. And then they beat Penn State by one more point than OSU, which I guess doesn't make that big of a difference. But hey, we won by one more point. We won by 9 points. You won by 8, proving that our team has outscored you at every turn in every game that we have played against the other team. We let Indiana score, and then we never let them score again. We outscored them 52 unanswered points. And if you're going to allow that to happen as a team, you know Michigan is a really, really, really tough team to play against. So I took the liberty of adding their percentages. And 197 plus 41 is 238, depending on the score and points of the wins and loss record of those teams' lost points scores that they won. Then I took 197 divided by 238, which gave me 83%, which proves that Michigan's scores are higher. And then I took 197 minus 41, which equals 156, which proves that 156 is better than 116 points overall, which proves that Michigan is the better of the two teams so far playing these teams. The reason I don't put Minnesota in this or Maryland is because OSU has only played Maryland. Michigan is playing Maryland this November 18th, this weekend. OSU is playing Minnesota this weekend. And we're about to find out which team is going to score more points. And if OSU only scores 35 points in that game and wins by 35-7 or 14, then it is proven that Michigan is better because they outscored that Minnesota team 52-10, whereas OSU would only score 35 points, proving that once again, we are the better of the two teams. And then if we beat Maryland by 59-7 or something outrageous, a high score like Penn State did where it was 51-17, then we know that OSU's offense is not that great and we have a high probability chance of beating them November 25th. Their defense is the only thing that's making big plays. If their offense can't do it and their defense is the only thing that's helping them, then you're in a world of hurt because we're going to run the ball at you and we're going to hurt you. So I don't know. I hate the college football playoff ranking right now because looking at margin of victory and eye test of the two teams, Michigan should be ranked higher than OSU, and OSU should be out of the college football playoff because you play nobody in 2 weeks. You played Wisconsin, and then you played Michigan State, a weak bum ass team. Where are you? You shouldn't even be in. FSU played Miami, which was really solid, a 6-3 team that they played. Washington played Utah. Utah! They dropped the ball at the 1 yard line the same way Utah did against Oregon all those years ago. And yet they still won 35-28, and they're not in the college football playoff. What are you doing? What are you doing as a committee? You guys are not good. Okay? You are not good. The AP ranking has shown that it is slightly better this year by putting Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2, putting OSU at 3, and putting Florida State at 4. Florida State should be 3, Washington should be 4, and OSU should be 5. I'm telling you, the margin of victory in these games proves Michigan is better, and it proves that if I were to compare it to other teams of Washington and Florida State, there would probably be a high probability chance that they would outscore OSU as well. I don't think OSU should be in the college football playoff. Let me know your thoughts, guys.